Good evening, folks, and welcome back. It's been a year. We've. It's been a year. It's been a hell of a year for everyone and everything. But we're finally back. Werewolf the Apocalypse, A World of Rage, running Werewolf 20th Anniversary Edition. Uh, Things have happened since we were last here. Nothing huge in the world of the game, at least not as far as I've been told, as he gives the side eye to his players. Some just real quick housekeeping before we get our introductions done and dive in. If you look below the video here, both on stream, both on Twitch and on YouTube, there's a link to the Inferno Gaming Patreon, a link to the Inferno Gaming Discord server. Hope it's join us there, and a link to our tip jar. Just if you want to tip your DM, not required, but highly appreciated. I do this because not because I'm making bank. I do this because it's fun. Uh, Actually, yeah, all the rest of the housekeeping can. No, one bit of housekeeping before we move on. The rest of it can wait until end of the show. I am right now recruiting for a Trinity Continuum Aeon streaming game. If you think you might be interested, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Telegram or Discord, and let's talk. Anyway, folks, I'm Dante. I am your werewolf storyteller tonight. And, gentlemen, if you would care to introduce yourselves and remind us who you are.
Who's going first?
I guess I'll go first now that I have appropriately retweeted the message. Hi, I'm Doc Wolverine, and I have come here today to make Dante's life a hell on earth.
Hi, everybody. I'm the Big Bad Wolf, and I am playing Damien Lurks in Darkness, the pack Aaron, and I am here to screw with Dante's dice.
I am Dingo Tyranno, and I'm play Danny in this game, and I'm just here.
That's our veteran pack members. If our newly joined ones want to introduce us, who are y'all?
Well, I am Blithwolf. I'm one of the new guys. I'll be playing Watchers in Dusk, and I'm here stuffing pizza into my face as we get this started.
That's a valid pursuit.
I'll go. I'm Nines. I'll be playing Aspen Turner, and I'll be here to call Dante out in every little war mistake he makes.
Yeah, after proudly suffering alongside me through Earthblood. Okay. Hold for just 1 second, folks. I'm told I'm having a bad echo. It's
No, it's only it's only Dingo.
okay. All right. Oh, I'm not even hearing him. All right. Anyway. Uh. Yeah. Anyway, folks. Thank you for joining us again. When we last left our pack, two of our former pack had actually departed. Our resident rich boy Glasswalker, ATM, has gone off to parts unknown. Last heard from in Europe, and something to do with his own tribe. And Sings and soft voice, sharp teeth. Our Fianna Galliard has left with his mentor Sings in Darkness to pursue a missing cub of his. As neither have been heard from for a while, we hope they're doing well. But meanwhile, back in New York, it's been and somewhat not insane. As while the vampires may or may not have had a small war behind the scenes, they've been relatively quiet and stayed out of our business. New York has been New York. There was a brief spate of violence around the beginning of the summer, but other than that, things have been quiet. What for our returning pack members, what have you all been up to since the last time you were here?
I feel like the two big things that Anya has been up to has been making talons and continuing the whole art trade thing to go and maintain her lifestyle.
And I was gonna say for Damien, Damien really hasn't updated much since the last time we saw him. So he's probably just been out with the camp, the Stargazer camp, learning about the other supernaturals in the world. His sheet hasn't changed since the last time that we played him. So
Let's say, and Dingo, has Danny been up to anything?
now we don't hear Dingo at all because he's got himself muted. Dingo, you gotta.
I know. I had to figure out where the echo is coming from, and I'm struggling.
We're not hearing it now, so it's fixed.
Um, okay, yay. I'm actually really not sure what Danny's been up to. If a lot of the things in this in the game universe parallel the real world, he's just been trying to get through every day as it comes by.
Oh, considering last we heard from him, he was working a janitor gig in a hospital.
Yeah, that's
he's probably had
still the same.
Yeah, he's probably had an interesting time. So anyway, like I said, it's been a few months since the last time we checked in with our pack. Tonight, it's another night. A moot has just wound down in Central Park. People are starting to drift out. The thing that seems to be on everyone's lips, and everyone seems to be doing their level best to not name names in who might be responsible for this. A few days ago, a video showed up on YouTube and got picked up by, among others, Red Network, with a group called the Free Earth Armed Resistance, FEAR, claiming credit for, among other things, the destruction of the Hitmud Cut building in Manhattan, the Shinzui lab in Brooklyn, the setting fire of the meatpacking district, and explicitly saying in their video that she is dying and it is our fault. Explicitly making reference to Gaia and the worm. Someone knows what's going on behind the scenes. Someone's talking. And someone has got them taking responsibility for some of the mayhem that the pack known as mass hysteria has caused. There were two new faces at the moot tonight. Both of them seem to be recent arrivals in the city. A Shadow Lord who has been rather buttoned up, as his tribe is wont to do, and a fairly exuberant young Silverfang. As the moot begins to break up, Danny, Damien, and Anya are together and just not quite drifting out, but not really actively socializing either.
Okay.
Yeah, so, maybe one of our two new players want to introduce themselves to the pack.
I'm keeping an eye on the Silver Fang first.
I'm supposed to do the introduction thing. So, let's see here. So, in front of you is kind of an unremarkable, probably 20-year-old, dark gray sweatshirt, dark blue jeans. Probably could both do it for your last. A little athletic in build, but 6'1", brown shoveled hair. He looks, the three of you is like, how do I do, okay, one of you is Danny, right? Anna, Damien?
Is the kind of reedy uh, rage monster. Kind of looks like a homeless kid. At this point, Dante, how long has it been since the last game?
We're going to say about 3 months.
Oh, okay. Well, then he's still only like 16, 17, I think. He's not particularly old, and he's already an Adrin, so he generally wears kind of dirty, disheveled, homeless kind of looking clothes because he hangs out around the edge of the park most days and nights. So, and he's probably the one currently bent over sticking coins underneath a bush for Raccoon. So, Anya, describe yourself.
Yes.
Anya, describe yourself for the new pack members, or
Oh.
for the people who hopefully will be new pack members.
So Anya is I'm trying to go and think of like where I had a good description because like it's been just long enough that like a lot of the details have faded. So
Yeah, we haven't touched this for a year. She's a leather jacket wearing.
yeah, like basically sort of like biker slash punk like mid-20s was lupus is lupus and so doesn't have the best doesn't human the best. There we go. Fuck, I cannot find where I have my notes now. Like I've been looking for the last little bit. Do you want to skip to someone else while I finish hunting for my notebook?
Okay. Danny, you want to describe yourself?
I don't remember the age, but he'd probably be late 20s or early 30s at this point. Got a day job at the local hospital as a janitor, lives in the South Bronx. I guess I feel like the things he's dealt with in the meantime will probably be noted somewhere in the gameplay as we go along.
Okay. So like I said, our existing pack, who's been following Raccoon for a while now, is kind of milling about as the moot's wrapped up and people are going their separate ways. And like I said, there's two new faces in the crowd tonight. Both of them are actually looking for mass hysteria for their own reasons. So Nines, what's Aspen up to?
He's looking around. Probably his first night here. Probably make some introductions with some of the higher up elders. Lets them know he's looking for 3 individuals. He's probably getting a really? Are you sure?
As a couple of elders, when Aspen described who he's looking for, a couple of elders did give him the reaction of, "You're serious."
100%, yes.
All right. They did point you to the rather interesting trio towards the edge of the group. And Stan, what about you?
I wait for the Silver Fang to approach them first before I follow up behind. A late 30s, short, stockyish fellow with a black mustache and an ill-fitting trench coat, looking a lot like a third-rate PI.
All right. So, Aspen, are you going to approach the pack?
Just gonna just walk over, hands behind his back, trying to, looks like he's holding his excitement, and just neatly just walk over and smile and wait to be addressed.
So I believe Anya is still our pack alpha.
Yeah. Last we heard.
Last we heard. So Anya, this is all you.
I thought, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah. You have to work for it now.
No. I vaguely recall, like, fuck. I'm still trying to figure out which notebook I have my notes in, so, fuck. Running off of memory. Fuck it, let's do this. Okay. So, we've got the new people.
There we go. I've updated the character picture, which it looks like it has updated. It's kind of hard to see on Twitch right now, but
Yeah, no, you're visible.
cool.
There we go.
So anyway, I told y'all to go before we left.
I thought I had the right notebook. I grabbed the wrong notebook. This is my Shadowrun notebook.
Yeah,
How can you confuse the two? That one's got to be like Gigantor, the notebook.
Okay, so they're both the same color, and it's just I didn't is the problem. So, there it is.
Well, while you're looking for it, I will stand up, since I actually have quite a bit of pure breed and rage, so I'm kind of the social monster at this point. So I'll loom as these guys kind of approach us, be all broody and dark and depressing and scary. Very, very scary.
So as the Matt Murdock of the pack approaches, sorry, you're not.
Hello?
Sorry, you're not wealthy enough to be Bruce Wayne. So
I'm not wealthy at all.
exactly.
I have no money.
Exactly. So Matt Murdock.
No. Matt Murdock has more money than I do.
Yeah, but you've got blind
I sleep
fighting.
on a park bench.
Yeah, but you've got blind fighting.
True. Very, very true. I'm more stick than I am Matt Murdock.
Right.
So, saying, hello to the people approaching us. What can we do for you?
He takes out a piece of paper, looks at, are you I don't think are you Danny or Damien or Enya?
Yeah, I would be Damien Lurks in Darkness.
Oh.
And you are?
face lights up. Pretty as a new day sun. Okay. Okay. I'm Aspen Turner, Adrian Gallagher of the Silverfang tribe, deeded rights till dawn, straightens the spiral of the North Country Protectorate, son of Henry Rothschild, grandson of Robert North Star Rothschild, railroader of the Unbreakable Hearthline.
Okay, so I'm going to stop you right there.
Thank you so much.
Silverfang.
Now, was that in character or?
That was in character. I'm going to stop you right there.
Thank you. You notice his left eye has like I'm going to say, like, it looks like a headband around it, and he just goes, "Oh, okay, yeah, yeah."
How purebred are you?
That's a long story.
No. I'm asking out of character. I'm sorry.
I character is a 3.
Okay. Just so you know, Damien is this weird 4 that he never uses. He's like got a ridiculous amount of get blood in him, but he is not a get. So
nice.
Yes. So scary motherfucker. Yeah. With all the rage backing up that social stuff too. So it's kind of hard to mistake who he is. He's very recognizable. Doc, any luck finding your stuff?
I found the right notebook.
Okay, great. I'm Damien Lurks in Darkness, Adrin, I was going to say Silverfang, Adrin, Stargazer, and this is the pack leader of Mass Hysteria, Anya, and I'll let you introduce yourself because I don't remember your whole title, Anya.
Anya usually just goes by Good Samaritan at this point.
Gotcha. So for the new players and for the new audience, I'm also sometimes known as Dances with Torsos, because I have a nasty habit of splitting people in half. So if you hear Dances with Torsos, that's also Damien.
Yes, Dances with Torso earned that.
After bisecting Sam Haight.
And somebody else, and I like playing with entrails.
Yeah, I mean, Sam Haight was half the man he used to be.
Is that torsos plural, and he's writing this down?
Oh, you have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
Torsos, got it.
Well, everyone needs a hobby.
Yeah.
All right, so Anya would introducing himself to this very sprightly new kid.
Okay.
So, what exactly can you do?
Well, a lot.
I mean, you're looking for us, so let's go start with that. What are you?
Okay. Perfect. Okay, so I had a dream. Falcon herself visited me and told me I needed to walk in Alberex's. You know the king, obviously Jonas Albrecht. He came from New York. This is where he got started. Had a big drinking phase. He actually told me to go down to the red light district and go to this place that serves really. Anyway, he gave me his blessing. He said I should come here, find a pack. He specifically mentioned this group as the one I should look at.
As some memories may bubble forth in dealing with a cult known as the Seventh Generation, where the Mass Hysteria Pack had the honor of fighting alongside King Albrecht and burning down a mansion in Westchester.
For the new audience, we fought a Nefandi at the end of that I peed on while everybody else tried to claw up. That was a fun battle.
I can't think of a battle we've had that hasn't been fun, honestly.
Yeah, we make it fun.
Maybe
we
not
drive a truck right through that fun. Okay, who's our other new person here?
Stan, Watchers in Dusk, Adrin, Philodox of the Shadow Lords. As I tilt my head and look at each of you.
Wait. So Albrecht sent us a Silver Fang and a Shadow Lord? Is he trying to
He's
to cause problems?
Well, I wasn't sent by King Albrecht. I came here from Chicago because your reputation precedes you, at least on the Red Network.
Listen, we had nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing.
As
I
I
feel-
raise an eyebrow.
Say something, Danny. Anything.
See, like, I'm over here, like, I feel like we need a performance check on that one.
Don't tempt me.
I am not an actor. I am scary. That is my one acting talent with this character.
Yes, as as Stan's reminded you, the fact that there's been a terrorist group that has claimed responsibility for some of the mayhem that the Garou Nation knows that you're responsible for.
Somebody's trying to take credit for our honorable deeds? Anya's
You're-
probably like, yeah, let them.
Been told to lay low so many times.
Yeah. Listen,
Well, I mean, if they're taking credit for it with doing things, then eventually they'll get the blame for it too.
So for the people who are new in the audience, about 2 years ago, one of our earliest fights was just trying to retrieve some stuff from a it was a shipping yard or something like that, right, Dante?
Yep, it was a
And-
human trafficking network.
Yeah, it was a human trafficking network, but it was like a shipping yard, and Danny there had the bright idea of driving a truck in to break down the gates, while Doc and I snuck in through the Umbra to grab the ledger with all their transactions. And in the process, we a former packmate basically shut down all EMS services for New York. Another former packmate lobbed a Molotov cocktail over the wall, screaming "Meat is murder" and blaming it all on PETA. We killed a Fark toy by running him over with a truck, a U-Haul. Thanks, Danny.
Twice.
Shooting him in the face, punching him in the face. So we kind of, and this, among other things, blowing up a building, setting off a munitions factory at the bottom of some building. We blew up a lot of buildings, set fire to a lot of buildings. Massive Scare Area is an appropriate name for our
Yeah, and now
for our pack.
and now DHS is taking a real hard look at the city.
Hey, we stopped a major trafficking ring, and that was the big thing, because like the major trafficking ring, the when we killed that Farrak toy, and stopped the shipments of people into the town, then we went on to kill that Nefandi out in New Jersey. I don't remember. I'm sorry, I don't remember the city name. Dante.
Westchester.
Westchester.
So you're still in New York.
Oh, upstate New York. Okay. And we set fire to that house. Plus, there were all the bodies that Sam Haight had left in the forest. Yeah, so we've kind of been tied to quite a few quote-unquote terrorist acts. And somebody is now claiming credit for all of those. Big said, yes, I almost literally said, because there was nothing I could do. It was a Nefandi. He had bubbled himself with a shield, and I just said, okay, well, I whip it out and I pee on his shield to distract him, while the rest of the party tried to take it down with spellcasting, basically. Yeah. So yeah, we've got kind of a reputation for all the things we have done over the past couple of years.
So as our as our new players have now heard what they've heard about this pack.
You want my out of character or in character reaction?
In character, please.
Can I give you the out of character one too?
Yeah.
Sounds a lot like the pack that I was a storyteller. It sounds a lot like the game I was storyteller with in a similar for all furry game. In character, that's a lot of explosions.
Several. Yes.
Is that like normal for you guys?
From what I've gathered, we're not exactly, we might not handle things how one might normally be supposed to handle. But, on the other hand, we seem to be handling things, we may not handle it in the traditional sense, but we do handle things. It's kind of our hallmark.
We get it done.
I mean, the old Iron Masters did use explosions back in the European times, and the Iron Masters, when they were in, and he just rattles off about a little bit of history of the Wild West.
Yeah, Aspen is a Galliard and knows the silver record inside and out.
Cool. So have we heard of either of these? I mean, they're Adrin, so we would have heard of them. So what do we know of these people? Yeah.
Aspen,
I'm assuming you guys want to join the pack, because, I mean, you haven't come out and said that, but I'm assuming, kind of in character, that that's the implication here, is you'd like to join the pack.
Well, Aspen has gotten a little bit of a reputation just as a storyteller, as a bit of a wanderer. Might be a little over-enthusiastic about musicals.
A little bit.
Meanwhile, Stan is not exact. No one really likes to talk about his parentage all that much, but he does have a reputation as an investigator and a fixer.
Stan is the Shadow Lord, or the...
Yeah,
okay.
the Shadow Lord. And
Gotcha.
among other things, has been a cleanup crew when someone might have fucked up the veil.
Nice. Well, we can honestly say it wasn't us who leaked to the media. Speaking of which, Dante, I'm making a note here that I need to speak with the kids that I trained, that I took through their rights, to make sure it was none of them.
Okay.
Just making sure here that it wasn't one of the little brats.
Yeah. So anyway, like I said, we've got Stan and Aspen here introducing themselves. And
it's up to Anya.
Like I said, you've heard their names around just in conversation.
I feel like we can give them at least a test run.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. What does Raccoon think? Let's ask Raccoon.
So, if you listen very closely, in the spirit wilds of the Umbra, as represented in New York City, even across the Veil, even across the gauntlet, you can hear a happy chittering.
Oh, that's the sound of mass destruction, mass hysteria about to happen. Yay, okay.
Now you know how Stan still has not actually said he wants to join this pack. He told you his name. That's about it.
Gotcha.
I would like to petition to join your pack, but at this point, I'm not certain whether you need a fixer or a PR guy.
Definitely PR guy.
Why not both?
Yes.
Right.
The answer is yes.
So, Aspen, is it? How good are you at PR?
Pretty. It's an improvement to what they have, I think.
Well, currently we don't have anything as
It's an
far as
improvement.
PR goes. Sadly, our Galliard has left us for greener pastures. How do I upload an image so that people can see it?
I don't.
I guess I
you've
can't.
I don't think you've actually got that functionality.
Okay, well, I'll send it to you and you can post it if you like.
All right. But no, so I said you're gonna actually join. So these two are actually going to be joining up. Is there anything y'all feel you need to do before before the night's wrapped up?
Well, we put out shinies for Raccoon. We're chatting with new possible pack members. Possibly one person investigating us for causing mass hysteria. Danny.
I think we're off to a good start. I mean, nothing bad's happened yet, so
You just had to say
No.
something.
no random U-Haul trucks on the street or anything like that. So I think we're good.
All right. So okay, so night's kind of the
Oh,
night.
well, okay, so Dante, yes, I need to go check with the Cleas. I mean, assuming they're still Cleas, I'm assuming they're still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go check with them to make sure it wasn't them who leaked to the news or said anything. There were like 10 of them.
Yeah,
So.
and they still, it's having come through their right together, even if they're not all in the same pack, they still kind of tend to cluster together.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them seem to be hanging out down by one of the lakes. May or may not be seeing where they can score some weed, but
Probably joining them. We're not that much older than they are.
Awakened weed?
All of a sudden, Anya is interested.
Listen, I'm not saying we have to, but also.
So central to these, the twins, who Damien apparently privately refers to as Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Yep.
Have seemed to have become the ringleader / den mothers of this little informal pack, and you can hear them loudly socializing. They just
Okay.
come up.
I will. Okay. I'm going to quietly walk up behind them. Let's see if I can give them a heart attack.
All right.
But not really.
Yeah, I want you to roll Dex plus Stealth at a difficulty of 5.
Okay. Now I do believe I have that on the sheet already because Raccoon gives us a bonus. So give me a moment as I try to find the preset rolls that we have done on the sheets because I know that we've got them.
Yeah.
Do you remember where those are located? Members, pack, totem, combat.
Should be they should be
Right.
actually towards the top around skills and attributes.
It should be. Aha. No, those are my specialties. Ah, here we go. Stealth. Yes. Oh, and I have specialty. So, what is the difficulty, sir?
5.
Okay. Give me a moment. Well, I hit the button, but nothing is happening. Hold on a sec. Not sure why nothing is happening. I'm on the sheet. Yeah, I bet you it's popping up a window, and I am not seeing the window that it is popping up.
Almost certainly.
Yeah. This is Roll20, so
Yeah.
sorry guys.
Yeah.
This is why I wanted to do it. Let's see if we can get things working here again.
I'd say, yeah, folks in the audience, just a heads up, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one out of all of us that has touched Roll20 in the last year, so we are going to have to do some kind of rolling fixes as we get back in the
oh,
swing of
yeah.
things.
I mean, I have, but okay. So, what's your total dice? I mean, I can just go.
That's the question. We get it. Okay, so Raccoon gives us 2 dice of bonus stealth. So I'm trying to hit the roll button here, and it's not working. So I've got to find where it's opening, or if it is even opening a dialogue anymore for the automatic roll stuff. Yep, that's stealth. I'm nimble, dexterity, so it should be rerolling 10s. Doing stealth, and that.
Yep.
Did it roll in the background and I didn't notice? I heard something.
No,
So,
that was Doc rolling.
I was just showing you, if you do slash roll.
Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay, it popped up on my screen. It wasn't popping up before. Okay. There we go.
4 successes, so don't have.
Yeah, yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So, the twins are like, okay, so did you see that guy? Yeah, no, no, you can't have him. Yeah, no. Yo, do you even have the damn bag? No, I thought you did. They're bickering back and forth as you quietly walk up behind them. After another minute or two of them bickering, one of them finally turns around and sees you. Jesus fucking Christ! The fuck have you got to be sneaking up on people for?
I wasn't sneaking up on you. You two were just so incredibly loud you couldn't hear me walk up behind you.
Fucking out of towners. Ain't something you want?
Yeah, okay, so I'll ask him about.
Because I can't find our dealer. I don't know where the fuck he got to.
Swear to God, if one of you ate him.
We got rules, alright?
Okay, so I want to ask them about these news reports, whether they've heard anything about anybody leaking, whether they're the source of the leaks. You know, I'll do a little bit of intimidation on them. But I don't really need to, but yeah.
Like, you know, no, I heard about that. I heard someone talking about that down at the gym the other day. That someone said something on the news, and it sounded like some stuff that I heard that we heard that you got up to. But no, we ain't said nothing. We fuck around, but we're not stupid.
Yeah, I figured, but I had to ask. I want you and the others to.
Cops are a thing.
Yeah, exactly. And the FBI and Homeland Security and yeah. Not to mention, you guys already know that there are vampires underneath the city and all around. So let's not advertise that we're here if we can help it. Meanwhile, just wanted to make sure it wasn't you guys, and keep your ears to the ground and let me know if you hear anything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
More about this. All right.
All right. Well, it looks like your inadvertent proteges aren't responsible for this leak.
I had to check.
Though, does anyone else have anything they want to do before the night's over and we move into tomorrow?
I mean, I feel like at some point, but this is going to probably be off session going and figuring out what various talons got made?
Almost certainly, yes.
Yeah.
Right. So no one has any other nightly activities before we move
I got
on?
one.
Okay.
I got one. Can I go and maybe find a communication spirit?
Yeah, you can take a look. Are you actually going to try and step sideways, or
Just you don't have to do anything. This is sort of a little quick message back to the home protector, or you just talk to a spirit. Hey, how you doing? Or can you send a message to Jonas? Are you absolutely sure you gave me the right pack?
the little light gaffling kind of looks at you like, yeah, it doesn't really speak in words so much, but you get the feeling that it understands what you're saying. It remembers Jonas from when he hung around here. So yeah, it'll pass the message along.
Awesome. He'll go back.
All right. Anyone else?
I'm just watching, rubbing the back of my head.
All right. Well, you go your separate ways as whoever's crashing where for the night. Danny heads to his apartment in the Bronx. Damien finds that whichever bench he's grabbing tonight. Anya's got her little loft up in the Upper East Side. Where are Stan and Aspen crashing?
Cheap hotel and paying cash.
Four Seasons.
Of course. All right. Well, gets into the next day. It's a New York morning. It's a fairly nice day, but something feels a little weird. You can hear people going about their day, talking about just something. There's a problem. There's been cops have been super on edge for the last day and a half, and now they're randomly searching people in the subway. They seem to be centering a lot of it around Midtown and around Central Park. You've even noticed that police presence and some guys who they're not wearing uniforms. They walk like cops, but maybe are kind of hanging around the park a little more. Something's definitely up. So,
As much as possible, Damien's going to fade into the background and he'll go talk with Zoo, and see what's going on.
okay, so over at the warder of the Sept, Zoo, a red Talon who makes his home in the wolf enclosure at the Central Park Zoo. Not particularly fond of anyone. Uh, but no, he's in his enclosure. He just kind of huffs at seeing you. Not English, not necessarily the high tone, but roughly translates to, what do you want?
I'll catch him up on kind of what's going on around town, and that there are, human authorities sniffing around the park and the center midtown. In case he was unaware, sometimes, the warders don't always get back to him. So
He
you know,
gives you kind of a head tilt. One of his ears twitches, and without again, it's not really the high tongue and certainly not English, but his body language and that the way that wolves communicate roughly translates to, this is your fault somehow, isn't it?
I guess I'll go solve the problem then. Okay, let's see Anya or I mean, we're not gonna kidnap a federal agent and question him, but why don't we kidnap a federal agent and question Manya?
Why don't we talk to our police contact first before we?
That's what I meant to say. Yeah, that.
I mean, like, we can kidnap a federal agent later.
That was mostly out of character. My character would not say that, but that's kind of how this pack rolls. So, yeah. Do you have any police contacts? That's a good thing to ask. Yeah.
we have the one. We passed the bullet. Was it a bullet casing? We passed something off to go and have analyzed during the whole hate thing.
Yeah, you have Mr. Kearns, a civilian PR guy that works at One Police Plaza. He's not actually a cop, but he can quietly ask questions.
He's a kinfolk.
Yeah, he's Glasswalker kin.
Yeah.
So you're gonna call him up?
Yeah, let's give him a call and possibly arrange to meet in person.
Yeah, it rings a few times. It's calling through his cell phone. Kearns. Hello? Someone gonna talk to him?
Yeah, Anya. You're calling. I don't have a cell phone. I have no money. Did we lose Anya? We may have lost Doc.
Fucking Discord.
I'm not. I figure if Doc would be saying something if he could.
Sorry. Hello?
Yeah, okay, we can hear you now.
Oh, good. Yeah, I had a connection hiccup. Not sure what happened. So I was going to call the person, and I'm not sure what happened.
Okay.
You successfully called them. He's on the phone.
Doesn't sound
asking
happy.
Hello.
Hello?
Yes, Kearns. What?
So as our so you worked with us, I guess a couple of months back. Do you think you could help us out with a little bit of information at least?
Oh, Jesus Christ, it's you.
We didn't do anything. We didn't blow anything up. I swear.
Alright, there's a fucking bodega up in Harlem. I'll text you the address. Meet me there. Turn your fucking phones off when you get there.
Actually, okay. Yeah, we'll do just that.
This is an opportunity to test out the new pack mates. Let's go up there, and just make sure he's not being followed, or nothing's going on while we do a quick chat with him. I mean, I don't expect anything like that just for a chat, but you never know.
It's true.
Yeah. So just kind of checking out their skills for surveillance and that kind of shit. Pardon my language. Pardon my French. Twitch.
All right. Okay, so you're heading up to Spanish Harlem to this bodega you're supposed to meet him at. Let's say, well, everyone just real quick to roll perception and awareness at difficulty of 6.
Why do I not have an awareness roll already set up? I'm sure I do.
His awareness is vampire, and wolves don't have awareness.
Oh, well, we've got alertness and we've got, awareness is actually mage. But we've got alertness and we've got primal urge, Dante.
Alertness, thank you.
Yeah. Per alert, 6, you say?
Yeah, difficulty is 6. I want everyone to roll it.
Perfect.
Okay, Aspen gets 1 success, Damien gets 2, Stan gets 5. Okay, so...
What? Why is this not giving me a roll?
So there will be a little pop-up in the middle of the screen on your web browser if you're hitting the automatic ones that we set up.
I am trying to hit the automatic and it is not.
So it will pop up on your browser in the middle of the page for Roll20. That's where it was hiding for me, at least.
It's not popping up at all. So what? Alertness and perception.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go and do it the way I've been doing it because it's not working for some reason.
Weird.
No, Damien, Aspen, and Stan have all given the area a quick once over. Nothing just jumps out at you, thankfully, but you are in New York, and well, everything's got a little scent to it.
Damien is bad news, so he's just gonna hang out off on the side, let Anya chat up the contact. Just keep an eye out around the edges, and see how the new dudes who wanted to kind of join the pack perform, what they see, if they see anything. Just kind of hang around, but not like get in the way of Anya doing what she needs to do.
Yeah. Well, as you arrive, you see your contact is a gentleman, probably about 5'7". Looks like he's in his early to mid 50s. Just looks very, very tired. And he recognizes Anya, Damien, and Danny from their last encounter. And says, "What do you want?"
I'm gonna, circle the building type stuff, and I'm not gonna, get involved in the actual conversation.
Okay.
Honestly, we didn't do it this time. So it's a little perplexing.
Yeah. The last time I helped you, you blew up shit in Midtown.
We didn't do it. It wasn't me. Just singing the Shaggy song underneath my breath.
You guys blew up shit in Midtown.
Okay, listen. We had a pack mate who got a little hack happy, okay?
Pack happy?
You got 14 successes on to hack the planet, basically. Don't ask us how a Cleath got 14 successes. Just roll with it, okay? He shut down all of New York. And then one of our pack mates accidentally set it on fire.
Yeah. Oh no. Your interaction with Kearns was was before that. That was during the Sam Haid affair when you again blew up a building in Midtown Manhattan.
This was so that was the building that we blew up that had a munitions factory at the bottom because Sam Haid was making silver bullets and shit and stuff. Okay.
This is the one.
That was a different time we blew up a building.
How much was this said in character?
So this is where why am I blanking on Buddy's character's name?
I don't remember Buddy's character's name either.
All of it character?
Soft voice, sharp fangs.
So I'm just going to refer to Buddy as Buddy for now. This is where Buddy picked up Rat.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, so Kearns just looks at you, he's like, the last time I helped you, you blew up a fucking building in Midtown.
Well, number one, allegedly.
Uh-huh.
Number two, if ATF would actually do their job, we wouldn't allegedly have to blow up a building.
One, I'm not a Fed, so fuck them. And two, again, you blew up a fucking building.
Allegedly.
Don't give me that allegedly shit. What do you fucking want?
Okay, so there are people who are taking credit for our stuff, and now the feds are hanging around Central Park, and Why are the feds hanging around Central Park?
Yeah, afraid there's not a whole lot I can do about. Afraid there's not a whole lot that I can do about that. Someone, fucking fear group. I don't know what the fuck their issue, what the fuck their thing is. It's half of them seem to be militia nuts, half of them seem to be hippie kids that turned into militia nuts. But they're claiming credit for a lot of the shit that you idiots have done. And now that DHS has a name to attach to some of it, they're looking real hard at the entire fucking city. FBI, DHS, I think think I heard from an ATF guy this morning. They're hanging all over Manhattan, Brooklyn, where you blew up another fucking building.
Allegedly.
And as I just said in the Twitch chat, which other time that we blew up a building? There was also the Technocracy Lab. We live up to our name.
Yeah, well, they're claiming credit for your bullshit, and now there's a lot of fucking eyes in places that they shouldn't be.
All right. Do you have any actual leads on any of the? Okay, so you say so. If you know that there are a combination of militia nuts and like hippie kids, where can we go for at least figuring out where like a recruiter is or something? Because clearly there's something we can do to track these assholes down.
And clearly they know more than they're letting on, and they're trying to pin it on us. So.
Fuck. To be honest, we don't have a whole lot in terms of leads. If you want, there's a couple of places though. If you want to just find people that are going to be in that scene, Christ knows there's enough old hippie bars in the East Village. Whatever the fuck college kids call student unions now at NYU. And militia nuts are generally not stupid enough to open their fucking mouths actually in the city.
Well, this is New York, so they're stupid enough to open their mouths in upstate New York.
Yeah, you're gonna want to go upstate for them, or over to fucking Jersey. Which, if you want to burn Jersey down, go for it.
But it's already on fire.
Got a bridge and tunnel assholes coming in anyway. That Kearns again just looks so very, very tired.
As I mutter quietly under my breath, and I hope they don't take this as carte blanche to actually set fire to Jersey.
Jersey's already on fire. How could you tell the difference? As the entire state of Jersey descends on me for that.
You know, considering that Damien is from like the mountains of West Virginia, that's kind of hysterical.
Isn't that where Love Canal was? Was Jersey? Yeah. Okay. So.
So you've got the East Village, you've got NYU to check out.
Okay.
And really just anywhere else that the love the earth types might be.
Okay. So
the humans
children of Gaia.
The humans who know just enough to make themselves to be a danger to themselves and others.
I'd love to ask why he's so tired,
and think that they're helping.
Damien isn't there, so. Okay, so we didn't really notice anything, Dante.
No, there's really nothing going on in the neighborhood.
I didn't. But the new people did well. They look alert.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that Stan is probably contemplating killing you, but
What?
I mean,
that's just a guess.
I was gonna say, like, he could try. I'm not sure it would do much. Like,
yeah, I don't know if Stan is actually considering killing me or just thinking about killing me.
I'm kind of like half. I'd like to see him try, honestly.
Yeah. Damien is just about the scariest little nuke you've ever seen. So, you know.
I mean, Anya has firearms 5 now.
Nice. I've been avoiding getting Brawl 5 and Strength 5 just because I don't want to OP the character more than he already is.
Should do it.
Yeah, I probably should. That'll be probably the next thing. I've been taking wars. I've been trying to save Dante's sanity. But it's too
So
late for that.
anyway,
Yeah. Okay, we no longer have a Child of Gaia in the pack, so or really contacts with them. So back to the park, or I mean, yeah, those are the people who would have the most contact with them, right?
maybe. I say you're gonna have to. It said when we first started discussing getting the game running again, one thing I was very clear on was the training wheels are off.
I'm mostly asking the other pack mates. So good to know that actions have consequences now. So, oops, did I lose everybody?
No.
No, you're still here.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
Twitch decided to reload for some reason.
I'm in favor of heading to the college campus and just kind of perusing, and 'cause I feel like
I would normally agree with you, but I think we should just kind of touch base with the local coggies because we're about to like tread on their toes.
yeah,
Just
fair
a little
enough.
bit. You know, I'm still, you know, scary and gung ho, but I'm a little more diplomatic as I get older as this character. So why don't we ask the coggies, you know, if they know anything about, you know, who we should talk to and who we should avoid.
Okay, so you're heading back to the park.
I think so. I think that would be a good idea.
All right.
I mean, I don't know where else to find them. Anya, Danny, other people. You know where to find.
Well, typically back home, community gardens and things like that would be a good place to go too. Especially if we can find any overlap between your kinfolk and the normies.
We used to have contact with them, and I don't have my notes for this game anymore. That they disappeared long ago. So you know, like the contacts that we had like all those names because we had huge amounts of contacts and things. I'm just hoping Dante still has them because I don't.
Get me into a crowd. I can do some smoozing. Trust me on this one.
Okay, so again, where y'all headed?
Oh, I guess let's head to the park and at least touch base.
Yeah, let's try not to step on any Garou toes. I mean, human toes, no problem. Crush them, but
All right. So back in the park, there's a an even larger police presence than you would normally see in Central Park. And the NYPD, considering the events of the last year, are not even remotely friendly, even by their already loose standards. Yeah, there's people milling about. You can recognize a couple of bonars that that regularly attend moots. A couple of kin drifting in and out of the area. There's probably someone keeping watch.
okay. I'll wander over towards the NARS and avoid the police as I normally would, doing my usual homeless bit
All right.
because I am homeless. So, and I'll quietly chat them up while Anya and Danny and the gang, you know, try to take a more direct route.
Yeah. All right. All right. You roll up on roll up on one of the local nars. You recognize him. He's a Galliard, yeah, fairly decent rep. Youngish guy, probably mid-30s. You have seen him perform at moots before, so you're somewhat familiar. He goes by all news all the time. Just he's usually seen just jeans and a hoodie. He doesn't like people seeing his face for some reason. Uh, and he's just sitting on top of a rock smoking, kind of watching people. If you listen very, very closely, you can hear the faint sound of radio in somewhere in his hoodie. It sounds like it's got 1010 winds running on it.
Well, I'm letting everybody else do their thing. So.
Nah. Right. So.
Anya.
What are other people doing?
Danny. Yeah. Did we lose Doc again?
That's it. Anya, Danny, Stan, Aspen.
Well, back at the Sept, I'm going to start asking around if anybody has any leads for local community centers, any COG hangouts, anywhere to start there.
All right. You want to go straight for the elders, or you want to try and find some younger, more in the scene types?
Going for the more in the scene types.
Okay. All right. You come across you do find a young child of Gaia. He's probably 15, 16. Doesn't probably have his breed name yet, but he hangs out with the Coggies and is at least familiar. Doesn't even really have a deed name yet.
And I start off by striking up some small talk.
Hey, you new?
Yeah, fairly.
So, like, something I can do for you? I mean, like, you older guys don't tend to talk to me all that much.
Well, you got a little bit more relevant insight on the goings on. So,
Okay.
What do you make of a lot of the stuff that's been going on with, like, that news thing that hit?
Oh man, it's not like the old guys have been writing us to just keep all of our shit as quiet as we can, because the cops are looking all over this place for apparently some other group of guys did some stupid shit, burned some shit down, and might have gotten the fucking feds looking at all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know a girl up in Harlem that she works with an Infinity Group that works with another activist group that knows some really extreme guy, like stuff that normies don't normally go for.
Interesting. Got her name?
Yeah, she's up in Harlem. She's a God. I'm super new to this. I can't remember what like her family or something is called. She goes by Blot Party.
Okay.
She's like an artist or something. Super cool from what I hear.
Cool. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah. I'm Jimmy.
Stan.
It's good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
He's
Just
obviously very nervous about just anyone who's not in his peer group talking to him.
I just nod and say, "Well, thanks. You didn't talk to anybody. If anyone asks."
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Take care and try to keep your head down, because I don't know what's coming next.
All right. Yeah. You too.
Thanks.
He seems like a sweet kid. Probably not a great sign for him, but that's the world that you're in.
Yeah, I'm having a bit of a nostalgia moment, so I'm trying to cut it short with him after that.
Anyone else got something they're up to?
I'm gonna burn a gift.
All right.
I'm gonna use social butterfly.
Ooh.
It's
Alrighty.
in, it's in your favorite book.
That does not narrow things down.
Changing Ways.
I hate you.
I know.
I say, which means I don't have it off the top of my head. Give me a minute. Also, fuck that book.
It's got some good parts.
Yes, the part about being able to easily distract the lupus with a Rubik's cube because they still find opposable thumbs to be fucking mind blowing.
Remember when me and Buddy got into a fight over sticky notes?
Yes, I still delight in that.
Fight? You two were excited over them. You put them everywhere.
No, but we were fighting over who got to keep the sticky note at first.
God, yes.
Okay. All right. For Social Butterfly, for people who aren't familiar with the gift, the character spends between a few minutes and an hour socializing with a group of people. Then the character rolls Charisma plus Etiquette or Streetwise, depending on the situation. The difficulty depends on the size of the group. An intimate party with only 20 to 30 people would be a difficulty 5. Large gathering of hundreds or a rally might be difficulty 8. For the next week, the Galliard and our packmates may treat this group as temporary contacts background, consisting of only minor contacts in an area related to the gathering. At a rating equal to successes on the activation roll to a maximum of 5. For example, if the werewolf used this gift to socialize with attendees at a gay pride parade, the pack would gain temporary contacts in the LGBT community. All right. You're just out and about the park, so we're gonna call this a difficulty of 4. There's just not a huge amount of people. It's the middle of a weekday, so and it's not tourist season.
Etiquette or Streetwise?
We'll say Streetwise.
Charisma, Streetwise, diff 4.
That's 3 successes. Hey, you managed to chat up some college kids. They're out there frisbeeing or hacky sacking, whatever college kids do these days. Sorry, it's been 20 years for me. And you find out, it's various. It's towards the end of a semester, so most of the clubs and student organizations are kind of winding down for a while. But they know that there's a couple of the environmentalist student groups that basically never wind down.
Interesting.
Right. Anyone else? Any other actions? Going once?
Not right now. Not here.
Alright. Alright, so I assume y'all are gonna let each other know what you found.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so
Yep.
where you headed first? You've got apparently the environmentalist groups at NYU just never really wind down. And you've got a contact with a Garou that you're not super clear on their tribe up in Harlem.
Were we able to track any information down around the militia dudes?
And not yet.
I suppose I should have gone and spoken with And the um, either a glass walker or somebody else. But oh well, another time. We'll start with the hippies. Work our way from there.
All right, so y'all gonna head for NYU?
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right.
I'm gonna
Sure.
pop over to the Umbra, I think, and use Raccoon to track the pack from the other side because I would scare college kids and I'd get us all arrested. So
All right. The gauntlet here is gonna be at an 8. So
I would. Oh well, yeah. I guess I don't have a choice. How are we getting over there? I assume somebody is driving. I don't drive. Anya has a motorbike, but
Anya can
Danny-
get there on her own and maybe take one. And then I think Danny had a van?
does
Question mark?
Danny have the pedo van?
yeah, I think Danny still got that panel van from
Okay.
the incident at Howard College.
Okay. Let's see if I can find my dice here.
All right, Danny, you alive over there?
Danny.
Did
Yes.
think? Okay. I'm gonna figure out a way to disable the mute button on your copy of Discord. All right, so y'all heading for NYU?
Yep.
All right.
Sure.
All right. That's a fairly uneventful drive over there as far as attempting to drive in New York anyway. What under in any sane part of the country would have been a 10-minute drive is roughly 3 hours because Manhattan. But you finally do find your way. You finally do find your way over there. It's early evening. There's some folks out and about. It's starting to rain a little. Kids are dashing between buildings. Obviously, it's towards the end of classes for the day, and we're coming up on midterms are over, finals are coming up, and folks aren't hanging out outside all that much. Though, again, it's starting to rain a little. So, what are you up to?
Well, I'm on the other side of the gauntlet. I will give you a roll shortly, Dante,
Okay.
for that. But it's going to have to be somebody who can actually deal with the public. Kind of tracking them down and giving them a chat.
Who's our most charismatic?
Oh yeah, they used to be buddy. So make the new guys do it. I mean, that's what they're here for, right?
Looking to impress. I'll kind of grab the shower. It's like, all right, we got this. We got this.
As I whisper to Aspen, bet you $5 we won't blow up a building while we do this.
I'll take that bet. Let's
The
see
night
what
is
I can
young.
Blow up at NYU.
Wow. Okay. Like I said, considering it's starting to rain, there's not a whole lot of people hanging around outside. So heading to one of the buildings. You've got available to you. You've got what looks like the student union. Another building, judging by the kids that are going in and out, is probably an arts building. You can see there's a couple of kids hanging around the door trying to stay out of the rain, but also trying to be far enough away from the building to not be harassed for smoking. That whatever whatever the 2021 equivalent of goth kids is. I really should research youth culture. And the Mandelbrot Science Building is also available and apparently still open.
Wait, they, they named a science building after her? No.
I didn't name it.
That's what it actually is.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Anyway,
I'm gonna whisper to the Shadow Lords a question. Can you do the little? This is important to know. The whisper hearing I hear your tribe can do.
Yeah, I can do that.
Good to know. All right, we're gonna go and look around. See, we'll try to find something odd, I guess.
I said you're gonna go for the art kids building, the student union.
All right, we gotta pick a
science
building. I mean, I think we should go with the art building. The artists tend to be a little bit more wild.
Okay. All right. Yeah, like I said, you walk up. There's some kids huddled outside. They're again trying to stay out of the rain, but not be so close to the door they're going to be harassed for smoking. And they're especially looking at Stan with that look of, okay, is he a professor? Or is he a cop? Or what the fuck is this old guy doing here?
I just glance over at him and uncomfortably smile.
Like, it's an awkwardly, uncomfortably smile, or I'm going to eat you uncomfortably smile?
As an awkward, polite, yeah, hi, you're looking at me, smile, look away. What am I doing with these kids?
Okay. You managed to catch the attention of one kid. Black black hair, wearing a white T-shirt with a what looks like it might be an old '60s slogan, or it might be something from the '90s. You don't know. No one seems to. It's very generic. It's like someone heard about their parents' protest history and tried to mimic it. The beat up jeans and the faint scent of clove cigarettes is hanging around him. But you definitely caught his eye. He just kind of looks at you. Eyebrows go up just a little. And kind of mouths to you. Hey.
I nod. So, how's it going?
I mean, good. I mean, good. You know, as I've got a fucking finals project that everyone does. Do you know if they're still doing that concert down at the Quad Night, or is that called off because of the whole? Oh yeah, there's terrorists and cops thing. Jeez, I thought the city got over that like 20 years ago. Wasn't even born when this shit started.
Yeah, but there's been more stuff on the news lately, so.
Oh yeah, I think I was drunk when I saw that. It said something about like bullets blowing up in a building in Midtown, and that science lab blew up in Brooklyn.
Yeah, there's been a lot of buildings blowing up lately.
Oh, and I think a frat up at Howard burned down a couple like around Christmas.
I nod, trying really hard to keep a flat look on my face without face palming.
So he's kind of looking like so.
Do you remember any of the words that were in that news broadcast? Because there was some pretty hokey shit about.
Oh yeah, there was some weird shit in there about worms or something.
Yeah,
I know they were. It's Gaia or something. I don't know. It's like a hippie. I don't know if that's like an old hippie thing. I know. I think my mom said something about that being in a cartoon when she was a kid.
yeah. Science fiction and mythology majors, am I right?
Uh, it's the weirdos who like old cartoons.
Yeah. You hear anybody else saying stuff like that?
Uh, I mean, not really. I know some of the environmental sciences kids like to hang out with these like burly I'm a big bear man woodsman sometimes, and they talk about. I think they were going out shoot. I think I heard someone talk about going out shooting last weekend. So I don't know if they're like trying to get the animal husbandry kids into being rednecks or something. Or it might just be fucking in the woods. I don't know. It's not my business.
Yep. Fence jumping for fun and profit. Ugh. Yeah, I don't get it. Things have gotten really weird, but
Well, dude, it's New York.
yeah. Well,
Why we
thanks for
stay here?
talking to me about this.
Oh no, hey, I said there's a concert tomorrow night. If you think you might, be interested, is cute. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I'm so bad at this. He, but he very quickly looks down at his feet.
Yeah, I think I'd be interested.
Oh, cool. He reaches down into his messenger bag, pulls out a scrap of paper and scribbles down a phone number and hits it. Just like text me later, and we'll
Sure.
figure it out.
That works. Thanks.
Cool. And that's a very awkward smile. Puts a cigarette out and heads back inside.
I kind of stopped for a few seconds, realizing, okay, I've got a couple of possible leads and possibly got hit on by a goth kid. Got it. Yep. Welcome to New York.
Okay, so you've got that to work with. What are y'all up to?
Aspen will walk over, give him a thumbs up. You want to tell the rest of them?
Yeah, and hope they don't blow anything up with it. Where are they anyway?
Good question. You might be the only Shadow Lord I like since I was a cub. This might be amusing.
I think you're the only silver fang I've known that hasn't caused me to break out in a rash.
Give him time.
The night is young.
I just kind of raise a finger up, think for a moment, drop my hand, shake my head, and go off to find the others.
Aspen will be talking about the rash that the Black Furies currently have as part of the wild plague or whatever it is the whole way back.
Okay, one more time.
It's just a lore fluff. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I'm like, wait, huh? Okay, so what are we up to? Where are we headed?
So, do we have precise ideas for options or just vague ones?
Well, you've got someone up in Harlem that is in with that's in with the local activist scene that might be able to tell you something. And you know that some big burly woodsman types have been hanging out with the environmental sciences kids at NYU, and some words about guns may have been said that might have been actually scary shit. It might just be guys, going out shooting and fucking in the woods. There's no way of telling right now.
Anyone else have preferences? Because I'm thinking the burly woodsman types are going to be the easier ones to track.
You think militias are easier than hippies? Okay.
The hippies require subtlety. The militia, you just kill all but one.
See, this is why we can't have nice things.
Well, the thing is,
we all think like this.
Either group's pretty easy to track. You can track them by scent, just very different scents.
Yeah. Okay, so
That
let's
truly
go
is
to
quite
the
simple.
upstate, and I mean, I can pretty easily pretend to be an angry young man, a very, very angry young man.
Okay. So you're just gonna generically just go upstate, or have you got somewhere specific you have in mind?
Let's go. So they said that they're meeting up at the environmental science and then heading upstate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go and so there are two possibilities. We can either try to stealthily follow them upstate, or we could do this even more subtly and go. Fuck. Why am I blanking on terminology? We can go over to the Umbra and track them in a place they can't see us. That being said, they're probably taking a car, so,
I mean, we would have to know where they were going.
yeah, we're gonna have to follow them either way.
Up to y'all.
Well, we need somebody who can track by a car, because, I mean, we've all got survival thanks to Raccoon, but we don't really all have, like, drive and
Yeah,
stuff,
no,
so.
yeah. Danny is a hell of a wheelman, so
So let's
Yeah.
let's let
Danny, I totally forgot you had wheelman. I mean, it's kind of like your firearms. You're a genius at it, but you never let us know. You gotta speak up.
What is Danny's firearm, by the way?
Isn't it 5? Isn't he like world class?
I don't think. But hang on.
I thought Danny was 3 or 4. I'm at 5.
Danny.
Which I don't understand for a lupus, but that's.
Danny has a 4 in firearms. And Anya has some unusual stats for a lupus due to the pack who bound her after her first change.
Right.
And the fact that she supports herself by way of selling, quote, authentic Indian pottery on eBay.
That's awesome.
Okay, so it's Danny is.
So I'll pile into Danny's van and tolerate the ride.
Okay, so y'all are gonna hang around the environmental sciences kids until they head upstate, and you're gonna try and follow them.
I think that's probably our best bet.
Okay. All right. Let's see. For tailing someone, what do we want to roll for that? By the way, these are sounds you should not be happy about your storyteller making.
Oh, no.
All right, Danny, I'm gonna ask for a perception plus drive roll
Yep,
from
that
you.
sounds about right.
So for you, it's
Okay.
gonna be a total of 7 dice at a difficulty of 7. As you're trying to keep up with these guys, and you're trying to not be noticed. And 3 successes. Okay. Okay, so after the 4 fucking ever to get out of Manhattan, once you get clear of the city, it's another hour and a half out. Go out past Westchester. You're legit going out in the woods now. They turn off onto a dirt road that Danny's panel van is probably not going to survive going down. So,
I guess it's time to pile out. You said this is woody. This is wood-like woods.
Yeah.
Stuff?
You're kind of on the edge of the woods now.
Okay, well, I will shift inside the van then and have them let me out. Anybody want to come with me as a wolf? Yeah, I finally get to use wolf form.
Yep, I will.
Dante, since I'm going to be shifting, I'm going to use my Monoperna and Muladhara. Go ahead and prevent myself from raging, just in case.
So, for those of you not shifting, does anyone need a gun?
Where is my... I don't want static, I want dynamic. I want to look up. Okay, not city rending, not falling touch. Iron Resolve.
Eston's going to respond to the gun remark by shifting to lupus.
I feel like that's the Garou version of rolling your eyes, just not even responding, just turning into a wolf.
Yeah. So I'm going to do a little meditation and then I'm going to shift.
All right.
Muladhara is first, right? That's what I was just looking up and I skipped past it. No, Monoperna is first. Okay.
You got 1 success,
Okay.
so you barely
Stop.
pull that off.
Well, it just doesn't. No, it's one more difficulty to rage.
Yeah.
Which is not good for my character. Oh, and I am still. You can set me on fire. That's what the second one does. Okay, so shifting, I have metamorph, so that's not a problem. But click name and change forms. Okay, so I am now shifted, and I will start tracking through the forest, see what we can find, and just watching out for, since we already know there are militia dudes here, just kind of watching out for traps of some sort.
All right. We're coming up on a quarter till 10, so it's coming up towards the end of our kind of time slot, and feels like this is a good place to leave off.
Probably.
I said we will be back, barring anything catching fire, should be back here at the same time next week.
Awesome.
That has been one of the big things with getting this relaunched, is having a regular, actual fucking schedule. Yes, we are somewhat reliable now. Anyway, so quick housekeeping stuff before we head out. Tomorrow night there is not a stream. No, Christ, why do I keep thinking it's Wednesday? I'm losing my mind. Tomorrow, Friday, 8 o'clock here on Twitch will be Dragon Age Origins. Come join us for the Battle of Ostahar and Dwarven Backstabbing. There's no stream planned for Saturday, though I may be doing something. I may end up doing something with some friends that keep an eye on Twitter. I'll let you know. Sunday, Final Fantasy XIV. We will be hitting level 25 and beginning the Infernal Legion Free Company. So come join our 8-foot catboy Jeremiah, as he is such a pure boy and heals us all through this. Monday will be Final Fantasy XII, Return to Ivalice, and I continue to make my case about this just literally being Star Wars with abs. If you look below the video here. Find a link to the Inferno Gaming Discord, the Inferno Game Patreon, and the tip jar if you want to tip your DM. It's always appreciated. Not required, but again, highly appreciated. Gentlemen, anything y'all want to plug? Where can we find y'all?
Yeah, actually,
I would be at.
Go ahead.
I would be on Twitter at Dingo Serrano, and I'm currently not really doing much of anything.
Doc.
I'm Doc Wolverine over on Twitter. I tend to cause problems on purpose and occasionally talk about medical issues.
I'm TBBW1 over on Twitter. You can find me there chatting about pretty much anything, but I do want to plug Werewolves Versus, which some of you are familiar with. It is an anthology series. I was published in the last one, Werewolves Versus Nature, and submissions are now open for Werewolves versus Suburbia, the 9th volume. So if you have any interest in writing or any sort of submission, Werewolves Versus is now taking submissions and will be until, I believe, June 1st,
Right.
if you are interested in joining that publication.
Right. Big Bad, be sure to get me a link for that, and I'll make sure to put it out on our Twitter and under the when this gets posted to YouTube in the show notes for that. Anyway, our other pack mates, anything I want to plug, and where can we find y'all?
Well, I'm Blithwolf at Twitter, and that's about all I've got to say about it. So,
Nice. I'm 9timesfox on Twitter. You can find me either in the unofficial World of Darkness 5th server, or eventually I'm gonna get a game running, and I'll get Dante to advertise that.
Absolutely. All right. If there's nothing else, folks, thank you for joining us tonight. It's great to be back. It's still 2021 seems to be at least a little bit of an extension of 2020. So stay safe. Wear your mask. If you can get your shots, get your shots. Folks, thanks for joining us. Good night.